The current gen RAV4 has been around for 7 years already, and it's one of the longest produced generations of the venerable crossover. And despite being so old, it's still selling like hotcakes due to its fantastic reliability, analog nature, good pricing, and tendency towards simplicity. That's why Toyota decided to keep all of these qualities for the upcoming redesign of the RAV4, which is set to amplify its virtues while negating its drawbacks. So let's not waste any more time as we examine what the new generation of the best-selling crossover SUV offers. Here are the 5 key reasons to anticipate the 2026 Toyota RAV4. Number 5. New exterior design. Let's get the obvious out of the way first. The RAV4 will go through a drastic change when it comes down to the exterior of the vehicle, especially when talking about the front and the rear of the car. At the front, you can see the introduction of an all-new C-shaped headlight design, which has been most notably seen on the Toyota Crown and Crown Signia, and the new CHR that we in the US unfortunately did not get. This new headlight design comes in packed with a completely new fascia design, with the regular grille being dropped and moved to the bottom of the bumper, with the area the grille used to be remaining minimalistic and being a tad more slanted to give the vehicle a sleeker appearance on the front. The back of the Toyota RAV4 will have also gone through a serious redesign. The most notable difference is the addition of a single-piece taillight that spans across the entire tailgate's width, just like the new Toyota Prius and the Toyota CHR. Apart from that, the license plate slot was also moved to the bumper as it makes the vehicle look bigger from behind, while also addressing complaints of that loose clanking sound the license plate makes when you close the tailgate on the outgoing model. As for the side profile, you'd be surprised how little it's changed. This is because the new Toyota RAV4 won't be actually built from the ground up. It will share the platform with the outgoing model, and at its core, it will retain the same skeleton that will be styled differently. The biggest resemblance between the new and the outgoing RAV4 is undoubtedly those sharp trapezoid wheel arches, and we have to say, we're glad to see them here. They gave the outgoing generation a rough and tough vibe, and it will be a welcome addition to the new one. Number 4. Going fully hybrid. The RAV4 isn't only getting with the times, it's a trendsetter through and through. In the past couple of years, the RAV4's sales numbers, at least for the non-hybrid version, have been getting quite a bit worse, while its hybrid numbers remained mostly unchanged. This is because the demand for regular hybrids has never been higher than today, and it seems like everyone and their mother are buying either a hybrid or not buying a vehicle at all. And frankly, who can blame them? Regular hybrids are by far the most reliable vehicles on the roads today. Toyota has recognized this, and the company knew that the upcoming generation of the RAV4's non-hybrid version would hardly be lucrative, no matter how good it was. This is why they scrapped it altogether in favor of the hybrid, as they can now both sell a higher number of hybrids and earn more, while also retaining a foothold on the market for being one of the first crossovers that have shredded their non-hybrid option. As for powertrains, the RAV4 will come as standard with the same 2.5-liter 4-banger. However, it would have an increased power output by some 10 horsepower, and the electric powertrain too will have an increased power output by a similar amount. That's 240 HP at least in total, which will allow the vehicle to be even more fuel economical than ever before due to the EV drivetrain having more power at its disposal. As for the PHEV version, formerly known as the RAV4 Prime, it'll come with the same 2.5-liter with an increased power output, which is also true for the electric powertrain. Combined, these two will produce around 340 HP to 350 HP, making the RAV4 a true menace for performance-oriented SUVs in its class. Number 3. Interior quality and design has been improved. A vehicle is only as good as its interior, and we're pleased to say that the new RAV4 will, for once, come with a properly good interior. Hand on heart, as good as it is overall, the RAV4 has always struggled with its interior quality, as it was overly reliant on cheap, flimsy plastic. Well, that isn't the case with this new model, which truly tries rather successfully to imitate a properly luxurious interior. It's like Toyota is trying to rival Mazda at its own game. Anyhow, you can expect leather and leatherette on all surfaces on the inside for higher trim levels, while also maintaining a lot of soft touch plastics for cheaper ones. The only part that will be made out of cheaper plastics will be the lower door panels, which is hardly a problem. The design will also be practically a mixture between the Toyota Camry and the Toyota Crown Signia, albeit, well, evidently reduced in terms of quality and practicality. Additionally, apart from this, you'll be getting considerably more impressive infotainment and interior tech in general. The infotainment screen will, at the lower echelons of the lineup, come in the form of an 8-inch screen. The gauges will also be analog, with a digital screen between them that will serve as a quasi-infotainment. However, all the higher trims will come with a 12.3-inch infotainment screen, which will be combined with a fully digital gauge cluster. That said, the interior space will have grown with the new RAV4, especially at the back seats, which will now have much more legroom, while the shoulder room will be improved all across the interior. How is this possible if this is just an extensive facelift? Well, that's where our penultimate points come in handy. Number 2. The RAV4 grew in size. After the Toyota Corolla Cross came out, the Toyota RAV4 has struggled in terms of coping against it. The Corolla Cross was similarly practical, more modern, and drastically cheaper. It practically took away the user value of the RAV4, which is why Toyota decided to increase the RAV4's dimensions for the new generation. The new RAV4 will sit tightly between the current generation and the Highlander in terms of dimensions, which is one of the key reasons why it'll have such a gargantuan interior. It will be at least 185 inches long, some 5 inches more than the current generation, and 9 inches less than the Highlander, so don't worry, its size won't be unmanageable. It will improve comfort though, as the added wheelbase length will allow the vehicle to absorb bumps more graciously. Also, it'll add to the vehicle's cargo area, making the RAV4 one of the most practical vehicles in its segment. This way, regular RAV4 buyers will be inclined even more to purchase the new generation, as it'll offer more stuff than the RAV4 could ever offer. But we know what you're worried about. Will this increase in size and practicality result in a price increase too? Number 1. Pricing remains attainable. Not to worry, the RAV4 will remain one of the best value for money propositions in its segment. In fact, the Mazda CX-5 and CX-50 success, the latter of which will be the new RAV4 target, have practically forced it to become a de facto premium vehicle at an attainable price. The base model RAV4 is the LE model, the same as the current generation, and it's set to start at around $30,000, which is comparable to the CX-50's entry price. For the money, you'll be getting an 8-inch screen, cloth upholstery, and the more rudimentary but still more than usable interior. With Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, which will make it one of the safest vehicles for the money. The XLE is next, and it's going to start from around $32,000. This will give you a tad nicer interior and a nicer exterior. However, you will still be stuck with the same infotainment screen, and despite looking more upmarket, the changes will be only that, looks. The XLE Premium is probably going to be the best bang for your buck, as it'll be getting the 12.3-inch infotainment screen. You'll get leatherette soft text seats as standard, as well as a nicer dashboard and a way nicer exterior, with chrome details and nicer wheel designs available. You'll also get the fully digital gauge cluster, amplifying our statement that this is the best of the best in terms of sheer value for money, as it will set you back around $35,000. Finally, there's the limited trim, and it'll start from around $40,000. But for that kind of money, you'll be getting leatherette wrapped dashboard and door trims, open pore wood trim instead of faux aluminum or plastic, as well as quilted leatherette or leather seats if you're willing to pay extra for the latter, that is. As for the PHEV version, they will all be the same as the regular ones and will cost around $3,000 more, which is well worth it if you have the money. There will also be the SE and XSC trim, with the SE being a bridge between the XLE and XLE Premium, offering better tech but retaining the interior quality, whereas the XSE will be positioned between the Premium and the Limited in terms of pricing. Unfortunately, most other trims, such as the Woodland Edition, will go into history and will eventually be replaced by a different one further down the line.